Alrighty, an update. Alright, I have to shoot this from my phone again. What I've done is I've taken thread and I've tied the wires together so that they will be a little bit more compact. I gotta replace that connector. Look like I got melted somehow. Basically, a lot of the wires are underneath the board now, and I have a lot of room, as you can see. Let's see, the compass wires tied together. Everything else, that's the current. This is the servos, okay, one of the servos. What I did too is I took the servos lines and I S-turned them together and put them in there. That side too, put a little bit of glue on them, keep them in place. The blue is basically where I marked it for the hatch, because I had to relieve the hatch. There's the hatch. Oh, got some my Velcro that I was going to use for the step down. Decided not to use that. I'm having to relieve the hatch in areas in order to get it to fit. It seems to fit rather well so far. The magnets hold it very well at the front. I've got a little bit sticking up here in the back, and I don't know what that's from. I think it's the spar. I don't want to cut too much into the top. So I'm probably just going to put a couple of magnets. I got some extra ones that came with an eye, because I got two of these wings. When you buy it, you get two. I guess they can't justify $19 without giving you two of them. And a magnet in that corner and a magnet in this corner. Let me get my pointer right here. That should hold it down. Now, of course, there's plenty, now that I look at it, there's plenty room inside here for the connector for the walk snail. Plenty. And it will actually, it's going to go back between the spar and the back of the board. So that's good. I don't have to worry about it. It's the only DuPont connector that I have to put in there. Okay. Now, the receiver, of course, is going to be embedded in the top of this thing. Okay, and it's the RP2. And I saw people get on the internet getting, on YouTube, getting pretty good range with this little tiny antenna that's in there. So I don't think the foam will affect anything. How I'm going to attach that, I don't know. Maybe glue in the corners and then a piece of tape. It has to be removable without ripping the whole thing apart. Is it an RP2? Yeah. So that's kosher. So I'll probably end up, in order to secure the board in, I was thinking about having a piece of foam going underneath the spar. Because that's dangerous, man. That's dangerous right there. That's conductive material, and if that thing shifts, it's going to short and go, that's it, over. A piece of foam would work, I think. As long as it doesn't interfere with the hatch, that's fine. Sorry about the shaking. But here, I'm going to put drops of glue at each corner. And it won't stick to the silicone, but it will stick to the black nylon screw, stud, whatever. And that'll help to keep it in place. Really, the only problem it has is it wants to kind of come up a little bit at the back. But the hatch will keep it down too, I think. And like I said, I did insulate the carbon spar with a piece of tape, so I think it'll be fine. As long as it doesn't get too much of a crash, we'll be good. So tomorrow I got one more thing to solder, the LED on the bottom, and then I plug the whole thing in and hope to God nothing smokes, and then I will be able to fit the hatch again and finalize the hatch. And then I'll be able to put the walk snail in the top of the hatch. I have to make the connector for that. The only other problem that I have is I have no idea what's the top and what's the bottom for this camera. I have to look at people on the internet for an hour to figure out if it goes like that or if it goes like that. You know, 90 degrees, who knows? Don't want to put it in and glue it in and have an upside down picture. And aside from that, basically everything else is finishing. I have to, of course, I might put some lightweight putty on top of this, sand it down a little bit, make it aero, fill the spars here. I have some damage at the tip here. When I got a soldering iron, I think when I was doing this too close and it kind of melted a little. It didn't really mess things up, just you know, expanded a little. And I have some stuff that I can put in there and sand it. Like I said, I have an airbrush. I'll probably just airbrush the entire thing flat black once I get everything communicating. LEDs in the front of the wing. Right here. I have a slice going down the whole front. I have to fill with glue. I have to cover this with plastic like I did the GPS. Attach the propeller. And I think that's pretty much it. Let's put some stability in the PIDs. I think Spychowski said that it will they auto, you can do an auto tune on these things, which would be cool. So I just hope that the little motor I got in the back has enough power to drive it. It doesn't seem very heavy. I don't think I've added too much weight to it, but weight is not a problem really. You want to have a little bit of weight because a little bit higher wing loading is actually good, as long as you got the power to overcome it, because it'll be a little more stable with a higher wing loading, believe it or not. It won't get tossed around. It's going to get tossed around as it is, but you know, really the best time to fly this would be after a rainstorm or, you know, very calm morning winds or evening winds, because it's small, man. I've seen people flying things about this size, so micro wings, so we'll see how it goes. That's it.